Alright, we got 3 different pieces of wood. One side is painted with sea gold, 6 coats. The other side is painted with 3 coats of polyurethane. And I'm just going to sit out there and forget about them. I put the dates on them, and we're just going to let them sit and let them weather. We'll see what happens. They're not in my way, so they can stay there until they fall, rot, or until they get in my way. You know, I was down at Home Depot today picking up more paint and primer for the house. So I bought it all at once, so I don't have to worry about going back again. So we're pretty well set. So anyway, as I was saying, while I was down there, I needed some more polyurethane because I was running low. And I had no shellac or anything. So all they have is the Rust-Oleum stuff, which is okay, I guess. So meanwhile, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, I got 5 different quarts. So we're just going to kind of do them all here and use the same type of brush. Now that's the Sea Gold by Pettit. Okay, I don't want to work it too hard. Now I gotta rinse this brush out. Hold on. I'll cut it. Now the only reason why, I'm spinning a brush by the way, the only reason why I'm doing this is because I really want to know if this stuff is any good or not. If I was on a boat and this is saying it's a marine wood treatment, I'd like to know it's going to take care of my boat. Now this is the polyurethane fast dry gloss. I believe this was clean up with mineral spirits. Yeah. So it's considered an oil base, I guess. I don't think they changed the wording on that so far. Oil is still oil as far as I can remember. Okay, now this is the same brush, but that's latex. I have another one just like it that hasn't been used yet. So we're going to put that right here. And this is 1 coat of each so far. Now this brush is going to have to be cleaned a little differently. And seeing that I'm going to be using it in more oil base, I want to make sure. What the hell did I do with the brown rag? Oh, here it is. I don't like that idea. We'll see what happens. I shouldn't bother too much. I'm going to shut you off for a minute. Go get the other paint. Alright, so here's what I have. I have Sparathene. That's another fancy name for something, I guess. I have a lacquer. That's a satin finish. I couldn't find a high gloss. And a shellac. So, let's see. Let's do Sparathene or whatever. By the way, I did clean the brush. Now all these cans say don't mix, don't shake, don't stir, whatever. So now we'll put this one on. And they all say clear. So we'll see just what clear is. And to whose opinion. I mean, that's a relative term. That's like when you go for coffee and you tell them you want it white and sweet. Well, white is kind of relative. White to who? You know, so I find if I say extra light, I'm starting to get what I need or what I like. Okay, so that's that one. Notice I didn't use a rag. That was lacquer. Lacquer. Let me see what this one says first. Let me read the directions. Because you never know nowadays. Warning, directions. Do not shake. Okay, well it didn't look very healthy without shaking it. Apply using a good quality bristle brush. Allow 2 hours between coats. If it dries more than 6 hours, you have to sand it with 220. Now I'm going to shake it only because it's going to put air in it, but only because when I opened it, it was all swirly. It did not look right. Let me find a brush. There it is. And wait a minute. Alright. I wanted to clean it. What? Oh, here they are. Breaking one of my own rules. No rag. Now, what about this one? Apply. Well, you should put that in larger print. Stir well. So this has got to be mixed well. How do we clean this? They told me it was an oil base, so I didn't check it, so it should be cleaned with water. I mean oil. Yeah, okay. Cleaned with mineral spirits. And it says to mix. Well, so let me get a little mixing stick over here. Now I'm going to do this 3 coats. I'm going to wait a couple hours and then I'll do another one. And then I'll try to get another one in before I go in, which I should be able to. And then, I don't know why it says to steer this. There's nothing in there.
I'm not sure. Take me to Commander Chakotay.
And then I'm going to wait and do another couple tomorrow. Now it says after 6 hours you should sand on one of them. Most of the time your oil-based stuff you should sand between heavy coat. I mean, not heavy coats, but coats that sit more than a few hours. So, but at this point we are going to just put it over it and not worry about it. Let me take this back over here. Okay. And that's going to go here. Now I have these in order on the counter over there in the way that I'm doing them. And like I said, the only reason why I'm doing this is because I want to know. You know, and you guys may be interested. Because every time you call Pettit, you get a, you know, well, what is it? Are you considered a shellac, a varnish, an urethane? Well, it's neither. It's one of our own. You know, it's our own thing. You know, basically they don't want to tell you what it is because they don't want you to go buy something else that's going to do the same job for less. Now, because there is a little bit of a mess on this lip that you're not seeing on this can, yeah, I'm going to put the rag over that so I don't get splattered when I put the top on. This is definitely the wateriest one. Okay, so that's where we're at. And that's the order in which they were put up. There it is. Now, most of the time I like polyurethane. I always have, but we'll see. Alright, this is a water base. Right? Was that the water? Yeah. Okay. This was the water. Okay. This one is not. So this one here, I go on that. Hold on a minute, we'll put this over here in the thinners. Alright, so that's all done. So I'm let this just sit here. We have company coming today. Every 4 or 5 years, the town hires the same company to come out and assess the value of your house and property. I think it's been about it's actually been about 5 years now, because we had the dogs when they came out last time. So they're coming out again today. So we had to set an appointment. And I don't let them through the whole place because you don't know who they're hiring. Okay, granted, it's a company that they've been working with. They haven't had any problems. However, you can trust the one that comes out here. I don't, but you can. Let's just say that you can. But what happens over dinner some night, they're all out partying with a group of friends, and they say, oh, you know, we were so-and-so house today at so-and-so address, and boy, did they had this, they had that, they had this. Well, now that word gets spread around that whole table. Now it's going to get spread around everybody that they know. Well, before you know it, let's just say your house gets robbed. Yeah? So I don't like people in my house unless I can trust them. And know them and who they hang with. And even then there's no guarantee on it. Now this shellac, that doesn't look like I did anything, so we'll see. So anyway, they're coming out today about 2:30 or so, 3 o'clock, so I'll probably get called in a minute when they get here, because I told the wife to call me in there. I put all the guns out of sight, any medications out of sight. Anything of value out of sight. So all they have to see is the basics of your normal everyday life. I don't let them in my closet. It's a closet. You don't need to see it. Well, last time they came, well, it might be a walk-in closet. Well, you can walk into all of them. If it's a 2x4, you can still walk into it. So, again, that term is relative. There's nothing in the closet but clothes. There isn't another room hidden in there. Then they wanted to come out here to their shop. Because originally, like I said, it used to be a house, so it kind of looked like a house out front, except for the big sliding overhead door. Oh, is that a house out there? No, that's a garage. Well, why's it got a front porch on it? That's none of your business.
Welcome, Randy. I thought you had a drink to celebrate.
Hello.
Two awakenings. Awakenings.
Well, good. I'm glad you're in Chicago. So why the fuck you calling me in Connecticut?
I was hoping you'd be able to help persuade them.
A who?
I'm prepared to marry them with the remaining monkey to convey T. Rose's.
Well, I'm expressing my opinion to telemarketers. They all suck. They're bottom feeders. Well, you should do something other than bother people that are on the other side of the country that don't really give two shits about your organization. That all I want to do is be left alone.
You know the history of
So I would recommend maybe you get a real job. Why don't you call your father, your grandfather, your grandparents and bother
to
them?
trust everyone, especially my tactical officer.
Well, there's your research. I don't want to talk to you. How's that research for you?
Consider this a test.
Anyway, Chicago. University of Chicago. Conducting research. Get the fuck out of here. Excuse my language. But anyway, they wanted to look at the garage. It's a garage. See a garage door in the front? It's a garage. Well, can we go out there? No, the dogs are out there. How's it listed in the town hall now? It's a garage. Okay. So meanwhile, that's what we got to deal with around here. Alright, so I have to mark these. Now I have the cans in order over there. I'll probably just mark the back. I want to mark it with something that's going to hold up, because I'm going to tie this up outside for a few months. So, alright, so this side over here is Seagold.
My thoughts to your thoughts.
This one is polyurethane.
Even Paris engineered those breakout on Deck 6. We've contained them all behind the force field. We should begin the evacuation. Start pinning them down.
And it's a
Begin on
Minwax.
Deck 2, sections Minwax.
Relay that order. To London Point.
The one next to that is a Varathane, whatever. Spur, S-P-A-R-uthene. And I believe that's made by Rust-Oleum.
Chakotay was good.
Yeah, it is. It's a Rust-Oleum product.
Stand down.
Next to that is a lacquer.
Your weapon. But you might like your ship back.
And next to that is a shellac.
Battalion?
I'll give you a shellacking with your shelly.
Fine.
You thought you were all right.
I'm in control again.
Alright,
Whatever you said.
put it back the way it was.
Then have you back tonight.
Alright, I'm going to shut you off for a minute because I want to go inside. I forgot my rings are out. Alright, so anyway, this is the next day. So this actually had a while to dry. I am not going to sand it, but this is the Seagold. This is the polyurethane. This is that Sparathane, which I believe is, yeah, I want to look. Rust-Oleum's version. Yeah, Rust-Oleum. Lacquer and shellac. So that's where we're at so far. And again, I'm not sanding them, so I'm not concerned about what they're going to look like, other than how they're going to fold up a little bit. So while I'm waiting for the coffee, I'm going to do one more coat on them. This is 2 coats. If I can find my knife. There we go.
Literally right before my very eyes, things started to turn and go wrong.
The brush, it's right here.
I just got all those results.
And we'll put a 3rd coat on of the Sea Gold.
He doesn't change his lifestyle right away. He's going to end up diabetic. And
Nice and heavy. Let me brush out my brush.
he has to start exercising and eating right, or he's going to be one really sick boy. Why doesn't he take this seriously?
I'll take that outside in a minute and throw it under the sink.
It's overwhelming.
Under the sink. And I'm not using a rag to cover that with. Shame on me. Let me go throw this out there for a minute.
And that's pretty much it. I think that was good. I have nothing.
Alright, now, I just went to get the brushes and I found that one of these brushes, oh, you chasing a fly? One of these brushes, or one of these over here, that are claiming to be an oil base, apparently is not. Now, when I say claiming, it says it cleans up. This is the regular polyurethane here. Oh, you're chasing a bird. Oh, wait a minute. Let me let him out. Hold on. So meanwhile, that's the polyurethane. And I don't know if it was the brush. I gotta look. Because I don't remember which one it was. Because I didn't keep a brush with each one other than the latex. So I don't know for sure at this point. But the 4 of these, I've been putting the brushes over in some mineral spirits and let them soak. And that's what it says to do.
So we got the blood results back from our blood tests, and there are a lot of something horrible happened to you.
Well, it doesn't say to soak it, but it says to clean it in mineral spirits.
It's 217.
So I did. However, this brush is gooey, almost as if it's a water base. See it? And I stuck it into a mineral spirit, almost like you would take a oil-based brush and put it in water. So I gotta read the cans on that. Okay, I'll check this one in a minute. But I want to put the coat on here.
And I think that's what everybody's very concerned about.
Now the only one I'm not sure about is the, I'll check it in a minute, hold on.
You just need to not abuse what you have. You need to realize that this is bigger than you are, and you need
Let me put the lid back on this one. This one dripped a little bit, so I gotta put the rag on it. This one is the Spirathon. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Now, no sanding between coats. That's the second one here. And actually, this is the one that I kind of like the best so far, because it gives a nice little shine. That's only 2 coats on there, and it seems to give a nice natural look. I mean, it's a regular look. There's no color at all, like these other ones, and it shows everything. And that's 2 coats, and it does give a nice little sheen for 2 coats. And this is a satin finish, which I didn't notice. I would have bought high gloss, and it dries in 30 minutes. So you know what? I bet you this isn't I bet you this isn't an oil base.
Alice loves a scent that
It's a clear lacquer.
She wished they came in a fabric softener too. Say hello to your fairy godmother, Alice.
This is the only one that I didn't really get into looking, because when I seen clear lacquer, I just dropped, grabbed it. Shake well. Oh, do not shake. Apply. Repeat steps. 3 coats for best protection. What do we got here for cleanup? Application tips.
No return.
Warning. Yeah, okay. First aid. Cleanup. Use lacquer thinner. So it wasn't this one. Now this one is, like I say, really clear. And it tells you don't mix or shake. But when I first opened the can, I noticed a little pearly swirl. So I did shake it a little bit. And then I let it sit. But I'm going to tell you, polyurethane does a nice job if you're looking for that shine. And I'll tell you, this here lacquer, in my opinion, again, it depends on what you're looking for. As far as the coating. Gotta clean the brush. Definitely thinner, waterier. And the smell is a little, where'd I do with the brush? Oh, here it is. The smell is a little pungent. I mean, not pungent, but strong. Okay, now this one, it's the last one I have, and it says a shellac. But clear transparent, and that's kind of a clear transparent, but so aren't they all. Fast drying will not darken. Well, I guess it didn't, but it looks darker. Let's find out about cleanup.
I want to give him the respect that he gave us.
Yeah, which is rare for you to give respect to anyone.
You're a beautiful human being.
Satisfaction guaranteed. Bullseye, that's the brand.
Sit here, or you can sit there.
Application. They used to highlight cleanup.
When he's not feeling very good about himself, and he thought if he had his tattoos removed, he would have a whole new beginning. Hi.
Because that shouldn't have got jelly like that. I'm going to rinse it out with water to see what happens. But where the hell is it? Thinning. Oh, okay, let's see what it says about thinning. Well, it's already thin, but cleanup. I can't see it, it's so damn small. Cleanup. Clean.
Just me. What's wrong?
Alcohol, ammonia, and water. That's the problem right there. Okay, that's the problem, child.
We love you.
I knew there was a problem when I put this brush in the mineral spirits and it looked like that.
Any questions or concerns?
I'm worried about Rob. I am not going to sit by.
Okay, so the shellacking is a water base basically with some alcohol or ammonia for cleaning. Let me see. It's too late to rinse this brush out. Which means you're going to want to clean this in a ventilated area if you got to use alcohol or ammonia. Alcohol not too bad, but the ammonia for sure. Okay. So, now that means that this is going to be a pretty close comparison between the sea gold and this shellac, because they're both kind of like a water base. There. I don't know if I'm going to use this one a whole lot, to be honest with you, because I don't particularly care for alcohol cleaning. It's going to have to really do a nice job to impress me in order for me to use it. Do the cleaning with the alcohol. I don't want to bring it over here, but can you see what that's doing to the brush? Yeah, I should have realized it. Now that I think about it,
There's always stuff to talk about. It's really ironic that this whole trip was Courtney's idea, and I was
we used to use, man,
but
this
now
is
the
really
tables have
killing this
turned.
brush.
Kind of embraced the whole getting to know yourself. And Courtney, I don't
When we used to paint years ago with my grandfather, we would, back then it was lead paint and oil base. That was about it. Everything was lead. But we would always use a lacquer, or a shellac rather, if we had to cover a stain. We would use it to cover the stain. And I remember now that we used to have to clean the brushes out with alcohol. I should have remembered that. But, but it's killing this brush, I'll tell you. So I'm not even going to bother trying to save this brush because it's not happening. The alcohol eats away big time at the glue. Yeah, so I should have known. I should have known. We used to use shellac, alcohol. So I gotta write on that can to remind me because, well, it's been a long time. We're talking over 40 years and I haven't done it. And we didn't use the shellac all that much.
She's never really too close to her feelings that she wants to open up and really talk about it and tell you. Just basically.
Hold on, I'm writing on the can.
How can you be so in love with someone and you love
Because she's cute, I guess. I just think she looks good.
I wrote on the lid, clean with alcohol. This your way, even if my wife decided to use it, she'll know. So I knew it wasn't right. Something wasn't right someplace. Alright, so these are just going to be done. I'm not going to do many more. There's 3 coats there. So I'm going to put them over here. And again, I'm not going to go by the air bubbles.
Nutritionists and trainers are switching up.
That's the, I don't know if you see it or not. That's the polyurethane. And that's the sea gold. Now, there's 6 coats of sea gold on this. No, 1, 2, 3, 4 I think I put on here. And this was sanded. And this has got the, I forgot what I had here. 3. Okay. Now, if you look at it here, The Seagull definitely did a better job.
him where I used to live for
And I tried to treat him the same. Alright, I'm gonna have breakfast, guys. I'm gonna shut you guys off.